Did you know that the Earth is flat and hollow? Dinosaurs never existed? COVID-19 was made up by the Illuminati and the news media in order to vaccinate the population of the world with microchips to control us and create a one-world government. Oh, and Prince Charles is a vampire. Here are some of the craziest denial conspiracies out there.
Brilliant news!
Number 1. Flat and hollow earthers. You may have heard of FlatEarthers. They are groups of people who don't believe the Earth is a sphere and suggest that it is disc-shaped and that Antarctica is an ice wall around its perimeter. This belief leads to a number of other conspiracy theories to justify why other institutions like airlines, schools, governments, scientists and NASA all claim that the Earth is a sphere. Another alternative Earth theory is the hollow Earth theory. This theory is actually incredibly old, and many cultures all over the world have their own myths and legends about ancient underground cities and civilizations. It is believed that the Earth is not completely hollow, but is a series of interconnected caverns and caves that continue deep inside the planet. Entrances to these caves can apparently be found in the North and South Poles, as well as in Montreal in Canada, Staffordshire in England, Hangzhou in China, and in the Amazon rainforest. It is also believed that Bigfoot, the Loch Ness Monster, and other mythical beings originate from these underground worlds. Number 2. The You Never Saw Us. This conspiracy theory stems from the fact that the word dinosaur didn't even exist until 1841, when, after discovering some massive fossils similar to iguana bones, Richard Owen invented the name that is derived from the ancient Greek Deinos, meaning potent or fearfully great, and saurus, meaning lizard or reptile. Conspiracy theorists claim that if we've been on the planet since 10,000 BC, how come no one saw or mentioned dinosaurs until 1841. Dino doubters tend to have two different ways of thinking. First, there are those who believe that the dinosaurs never existed, and this is because the fossils found aren't real bones, they are supposed imprints left by bones. Also, scientists piecing different fossils together and constructing the skeleton do so by using different animals for reference to help them fill in the bones that are missing. This inexactitude has led to skepticism. The second way of thinking are those who believe that the dinosaurs found aren't as old as scientists claim. This is because of the inexactitude of the carbon dating method, which can only give reliable dating up to 50,000 years ago, and even then only has a confidence level of 68%. This conspiracy theory may seem crazy, but the fact that dinosaurs lived millions of years ago and were 100% real is based on a dating system that's only 68% reliable and a skeletal puzzle for which scientists had to make pieces up in order for everything to fit. Makes it suddenly seem a bit more plausible. If you're enjoying this video, please give us a like. Number 3. Count Charles. During the 1400s, Romania had an extremely violent ruler, Vlad III or Vlad the Impaler, who was so bloodthirsty that apparently he ate bread dripped in the blood of his victims, and his father was known as Dracul, which means dragon. Vlad was the son of the dragon, or Dracula, and was supposedly the first vampire. What has this got to do with Prince Charles? Well, it turns out that Charles is Dracula's great-grandson 16 times removed. Charles also visits Transylvania on a regular basis, at least once a year. He also owns a guest house in Transylvania. The guest house itself has been restored to reflect the authentic Transylvanian culture and has 7 double bedrooms, a dining room, a drawing room, and a giant outdoor bread oven. It is unclear why the prince would need a giant bread oven, and indeed what he dips that bread into. Number 4. No COVID-19. There are many theories about how COVID-19 was created. Bill Gates made it, it came from a Chinese lab that was studying the virus in bats, or the US military brought it to Wuhan when they were there in October to compete in the 2019 Military World Games. But perhaps the craziest is the theory that the virus doesn't actually exist. This conspiracy theory has multiple versions, but generally speaking, it states that the elite world members, or the Illuminati, release COVID-19, but it is no worse than the common flu. They then influence the media to report exaggerated death tolls and promote the idea of a global pandemic to create panic. Enough panic so that they could send out mass vaccinations that everyone would accept, not knowing that each vaccination has a microchip in it, so the global elite control the whole world. These theories stem from a lack of trust. Governments all over the world have created this mistrust by, rather than being honest and admitting that the virus is new and that they don't know how to respond to it, but they'll attempt to do the best they can, have tried to act like they know exactly what they're doing, which has led to mistakes, contradictions, and misinformation that has made people skeptical and distrusting, and understandably so. However, COVID-19 obviously does exist. Ask any doctor or nurse, or visit any hospital and see with your own eyes. And as for the microchip, how would this give the elite any more control than they already have? What purpose would a microchip have? Your phone can tell them where you are, whom you talk to, what you watch, what you buy, where you go, and where you're planning to go, where you work, your hobbies, your interests, your bank account and credit card details. Oh crap, have I just made up my own conspiracy theory? Number 5. Lady Di. This conspiracy started just hours after we heard about the terrible car accident in Paris on August 31st, 1997. And now an estimated 36,000 different conspiracy websites exist. The conspiracies range from her former butler's story that she claimed someone was plotting her death and she thought someone was going to tamper with her car's brakes, to the theory that it was a murder plot by the world's florists in order to sell more flowers. The most popular theory is the joint conspiracy theory that the M16, the royal family, Princess Diana, and her lover Dodi Fayed all got together to fake Diana's death so that she could be removed from the monarchy and the media and go live a quieter life on a tropical island with Dodi Fayed, communicating with her sons via satellite and receiving covert visits from them whenever possible. Number 6. Snow denial. Extreme weather in southern states like Texas early in 2021 took people by surprise. So much so that a lot of them believed that snowstorms could not be natural and had to be man-made. To confirm this, they attempted to prove that snow was fake by trying to melt it with a lighter. To their surprise, the snowballs didn't melt and instead looked as though they were burned. From here, various conspiracy theories were born. Some claimed Bill Gates was making the fake snow, others thought the government had a weather controlling device. These explanations for the snowstorms may sound odd, but the scientific explanation is just as strange. The freak snowstorms were apparently caused by global warming. Yes, apparently global warming can make things colder. It's called sudden stratospheric warming. When the Arctic warms quickly, a mass of cold air is disrupted, and it's this air mass that caused the snowstorms. The reason for the snowballs not melting is apparently because a snowball is porous like a sponge. When you put a lighter to it, the snow turns to water that is then reabsorbed into the snowball, just like a snow cone absorbs the syrup. The burn marks are apparently caused by the incomplete combustion of the lighter fuel, which leaves the soot layer. Do you believe in a conspiracy theory? Let us know about it in the comments.